Hello everyone, my name is Hayden, I'm a full-time software engineer and welcome to my channel. In this video we're going to be building in the downloads folder tidy script that we built in an earlier video into our Eve Python automation assistant. So in this video we're going to be building in a little script that tidies our downloads folder for us automatically, building that into Eve, which is a command line program / Python assistant that we've been making in the previous videos. If you've not seen the detailed explanation of the code for the folder tidy video, I will link that in the description, and I will also link the start of the Eve command line video also down there. So now let's jump over to the code and get cracking. Okay, so I've loaded up the Eve project, and as you can see we have two utilities, the GitHub and Weather, which have been in my previous two videos, but here we're going to build in the downloads folder tidy. So first things first, we're going to need to create a new Python file and call this cmd_tidy.py. That will just load up this file here, and rather than repeating everything I did in the previous video, if you just navigate to this GitHub repo here, a link will be in the description, come down to the downloads folder tidy, you can just pretty much copy this, paste it in here, and then we're just going to do a bit of reformatting to make this work with click. Okay, cool. So we can get rid of this pretty print, and we can import click instead. We can get rid of all this jazz. Actually, no, we can keep this for the minute. But what I am going to do is just start building out the click command. So like always, we need def CLI, which is a function click, and this is a @click command. And what we want to do is just put all of this, so tab that over, put all of this inside the function. That needs 2 spaces. We can get rid of this. We can actually tidy that up a little bit. Doesn't need to be as cool. Let's give this a doc string. So this is tidy a directory. That's kind of the bread and butter of pretty much everything we need in order for this to work. But it will always, so what I want to do is kind of convert this from just doing a downloads folder to doing any path that you can pass in. So what I'm actually going to do is be able to pass in a click option, which is a path. So we can say path or -- path. This is a type string. Help text will be directory to tidy. And we can default it to none. So it'll be like that, and then we'll get path put in. I also want to add another option, which is verbose, which enables kind of verbose logging. This is the type ball. Defaults to false, just so we can kind of see more stuff what's going on down here, and all we need to say down here is if verbose, I haven't passed verbose in here, if verbose, then I want to say something like click.echo, something like actually here's a message I've got earlier. So we could say something like, I am tidying, oh actually no, sorry, we don't want that there, we want that here. What's our root directory? Yeah, so we can get rid of this now because this isn't really a good syntax. Kind of capitalized stuff like this is normally stuff that's out of scope of a function, so we can call this something like, probably like root directory or something like that. Yeah, so let's call this root directory. And what would be good here is if we passed in kind of like a default, so we passed in a default path here from like our config object, rather than trying to work out where the user's downloads folder is. Like for example in my system I've set it up a bit differently, so we can say from Eve config import something like tidy root, and then we can give this our tidy root, and that will default to that, and then and that will default to that, and then when it gets passed in here, we will either look at the default root or we'll actually try and find the user's root. That's obviously saying that that doesn't exist. So what we can do is jump into config.py and just add another thing in the config, which would be root is equal to, let's put none, and then here we can override. So users the user's download directory, so you can override that if you want it in like a specific location for some reason, but otherwise it will get none. None will come into here, it will be none, or it will try and find the user's default downloads directory, and that'll be that. That's pretty much all we need, I believe. And if I come down into terminal now and go Eve, why is that not picked up our new tidy? Cool. Yeah, so the reason why I didn't print out there is because obviously I had a syntax error in there, so that's actually root. And now if I come down here and type in Eve, you can see it tidies our downloads directory folder. Okay, cool. So to show this working, I actually need to change this to that, because that is where my downloads directory is stored. Then if I can come into here, I can load up Eve and type Eve tidy and press enter. And these are just a couple zip files that I've got in my downloads folder, and if I go over to my downloads folder, you can see it's put all the zip files into one section. Put an ini file. An ini file is like a hidden file. It shouldn't really do that, but we can exclude them later. Okay, cool, there we go. So a short and sweet tutorial there, actually using code from a previous video I've done on my channel, so be sure to check that out if you didn't understand what's going on here. What I wanted to show you here was how quickly and easy it is to extend Eve now by just adding one Python script, and we've got a whole new set of features. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, like, comment, all the good stuff. Be sure to check out the Eve repo, where it's going to have the latest changes and commands and utilities that I've added to it. So it's a good place to kind of just keep up to date with all stuff like that. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you learned something from this video. See you later.